eye-opener. We deserve it all. I saw a headline about how officials were tracking down a bear that mauled a hiker. This hiker wasn't hiking inside her own house. She wasn't even hiking within the confines of her own backyard. She was hiking in the woods, so technically she was hiking in the bear's backyard. This story brought two things to the front of my mind. The first was to wonder how many of the women who say they would rather run into a random bear in the woods than a random man. You know, the women in those man or woman on the street style videos. I wondered how many of them would have chosen the random bear over the random man in the story referenced above. I wonder if the woman in the story referenced above would have chosen the bear if she were asked that question prior to her run-in with the bear, now being sought out by authorities. Also, as a side note, I wondered what the authorities looking for the bear would do once they found the bear that was acting like a random bear. I figured they intended to kill the bear, because the bear had, after all, encroached on that hiker's personal space, which goes with us no matter where we go. If we're in the woods, no bear or cougar or lion or tiger better break the 6-foot rule established during the COVID pandemic. Now, I know I may be taking this story lightly because I might someday have to choose between a random man or a random bear. But whether in the woods or in my living room, I know I would still choose the random man. It would be stupid to think otherwise. To be honest, the question actually seems stupid because the foregone conclusion or response should always be the random man, if for no other reason than the fact that a random bear, if it chooses to eat you, it might do so while you're still alive. Whereas the man would only keep you alive while eating you if he had no access to refrigeration. Now, back to the authorities seeking to rain justice down on this uncivilized bear. I would guess that they will probably rationalize the bear's execution by saying because it had tasted human flesh, it had most likely developed a desire for it. You know, the way so many humans have acquired the taste for beef, chicken, or some other meat that can grill. So succulent, so delicious. I guess it's okay if the meat falls off the bone, but not when it's ripped from the bone by 3-inch claws. I guess the bear can't blame mankind for killing it any more than mankind can blame the bear for mauling that woman. A bear will maul its prey as bears will do, just as mankind will kill anything it wants to kill as mankind will do. It just feels odd to hold the bear accountable according to the laws of mankind, or actually to an even lower standard. The bear doesn't get a trial by a jury of its peers. In the best case scenario, the bear will be put in a zoo. Maybe it will simply be relocated. You know, like the Palestinians? These strange thoughts then led me to think about Hollywood movies where humanity overcomes some creature living on some alien planet. You know? Their home. Like the bear's habitat, some intrepid explorer lands on this alien world and kills the indigenous population. Similar to the way the Spanish did in Central and South America, or the way everyone did in North America. Just because, this led me to think about how humans love conquering everything, even other humans. If you like the videos here and would like to see more, let your friends and family know about this website of Mike Sons Entertainment on YouTube. There are plenty of blogs, news, and websites reporting and complaining about our leaders and their failures. How many, however, are offering or even pointing to any solutions? The book Solutions, Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America by Chris Osman does, and it can be found on Amazon or at www.mikesonsentertainment.com. To find out other ways you're being screwed by your current leaders, check out the posts on this blog daily. Learn about the biggest and worst issues that America and its people face today. You can also check into this blog daily to hear about those issues that America and its people will face in the near and distant future. If, however, you would like to discover possible solutions to either mitigate the worst impacts of these issues or solutions to avoid them altogether, keep listening. The problems we face are not as complicated as so many leaders and news reports claim. They are man-made and are only claimed as complicated so those who are responsible can maintain control. For example, there is a persistent argument that moving government is like turning a cruise ship around. It is supposedly a long process that can only be achieved incrementally. While this may be true for laws and policies that benefit the majority of Americans, It does not seem to be so for that smallest of American minorities. When one examines the policies and laws that benefit that minority known as the elite or the rich, the speed at which those laws are passed is exponentially faster. While most of us sit on the deck chairs waiting for the Titanic to avoid the myriad of icebergs of which we seem to continually run afoul, the elite ride comfortably in speedboats. If, according to the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal, why do the rich live quite different lives than the rest of us? Where is our speedboat? In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth, and control were funneled to a small group of individuals, groups, or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provides solutions, offered up from himself and others, to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare, and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real-world experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions, Enough Complaining. Let's Fix America offers a means to hold leaders up, not just to a higher standard than is currently accepted, but to one that will improve lives. You get what you deserve. Click the link below and get your copy of Solutions today.